This newscast is brought to you by Qberg, Pittsburgh's source for LGBTQ plus news and community information. To learn more about Qberg, visit their website at qberg.com. That's QBURGH.com. From the PEP Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are covering at this hour. Muhsin Hendricks, well known as the first openly gay Muslim Imam, was fatally shot in South Africa last Saturday in what supporters are calling a targeted assassination. Hendricks was ambushed by two masked men in a pickup truck while visiting the southern city of Kekebra. Security video shows one of them jumping out of their vehicle, running up to Hendricks's car, and firing a pistol multiple times through a side window, the Associated Press has reported. Police said Hendricks was with a driver who survived. South Africa's Justice Ministry said it was investigating the assassination claims. A native of South Africa, Hendricks came out in 1996 as the world's first gay imam. He founded a mosque in Cape Town for gay Muslims and called on faith leaders to welcome the LGBTQ plus community into Islam, where homosexuality is forbidden. Hendricks was a prolific and popular LGBTQ plus activist. In 2024, he spoke at the International Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Trans, and Intersex Association's conference in South Africa. In 2022, he was the subject of a documentary titled The Radical. Young gay Muslims in the film praised Hendricks for providing somewhere they could pray and practice Islam while still being themselves. Those efforts at inclusion put Hendricks's life at risk. He acknowledged the existence of threats against him, but said, "It just doesn't bother me. The need to be authentic was greater than the fear to die." And now this news from Germany. During his concession, outgoing German Chancellor Olaf Scholz decried the historic gains of the far-right conservative party Alternative für Deutschland. Early exit polls show AfD is headed for second place, while opposition leader Friedrich Merz's conservatives are in the lead, and Scholz's party fell to third. That's the Sozialistische Partei Deutschland. In an election glitch, ballot papers with candidates from Berlin were issued at a polling station in the southwestern city of Trier. German news agency DPA reports that the error was first noticed by a voter in a polling station at 11 a.m. local time. After that, all ballot papers were carefully checked and no more incorrect ballot papers were issued. Alternative for Germany leader Alice Weidel says the party is open for coalition negotiations with the Union bloc following the party's historic gains. Friedrich Merz, whose exit polls show leads in the election, has repeatedly ruled out working with AfD, as have other parties. Center-right opposition leader Friedrich Merz claimed victory after exit polls showed his bloc in the lead. Merz said he was aware of the dimension of the task he faces and said that it will not be easy. Merz said he aims to put together a governing coalition as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, here in Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association approved to remove its transgender policy in accordance with President Donald Trump's executive order keeping men out of women's sports. According to the PIAA's board meeting summary from February 19th, the policy change, effective immediately, was amended in the mixed gender participation section of the association's constitution and bylaws. President Trump signed Executive Order 1420, keeping men out of women's sports, on February 5th, with intentions to ban transgender athletes from participating in girls' and women's sports, according to the Associated Press. The new policy removes references to gender, replacing them with references to a student athlete's biological sex. The policy change states that in cases where a student's sex is questioned, the school's determination will be accepted by the PIAA. Schools are required to consult with their legal counsel to ensure compliance with the executive order. In a statement, senior counsel at the Independence Law Center, Jeremy Samek, calls the move an important step in restoring safety, fairness, and opportunity in girls' sports. The statement reads in part, schools in Pennsylvania must still ensure their district policy reflects the change. These policies not only safeguard fairness and safety of the female students, but also protect schools from potential loss of federal funding. Seneca also urged Pennsylvania lawmakers to pass Senate Bill 9, which would put in place protection for female athletes in the state's schools. While the policy change aligns Pennsylvania high school sports regulations with the federal order, school districts must ensure their individual policies are updated accordingly to avoid potential loss of federal funding. Don't be surprised if all of that crap is challenged in federal court, because it is the Congress that issues funding, not the president. As the governor of Maine said, see you in court. That's the news at this hour. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. Our stories are also on Blue Sky, so please be sure to follow us there. If you've not already done so, download the Live 365 app to take PEP Radio with you wherever you go. And now back to more music here on PEP Radio.